get you, gotta get you into my life. It's my version. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a lovely, beautiful day. Thank you as always for being here. Hope you're having a great time. My name is Justin, and today we're listening to the Beatles finishing off their album Revolver with their last track on the album, Tomorrow Never Knows. This was released in 1966. I don't know about tomorrow, but I do know about today, and today's a pretty good day. Hope that you're having a good day. It's bright, it's sun shining outside, it's 11:45 in the morning. I'm feeling pretty good, and I hope that you guys are feeling pretty good as well. I know that there's two other tracks that have been recommended to me that were left off of this album. I don't remember their names, but I'm sure you guys will remind me really quick so we can do those tracks as well. But we'll also do those. I think it was Paper something and something. I don't remember right now. But as always, thank you so much for being here. So I know that a few of you had, the Beatles always get blocked on my channel. I don't know why. I don't know. But I know that a few of you had said, try YouTube. So, because other YouTubers use the Beatles music and reactions to those and they're able to get through. So I didn't say it. I don't think I didn't say it. But last time, I think it was last time, or maybe the time before, I actually did use YouTube, because usually I use Spotify, but I did use YouTube for the video, and that was still blocked, so I don't know, but click the link below. It'll be there for you. Guys, thank you as always for being here. Let me take a sip of my coffee. That's the stuff. And let's do it. This is the Beatles with Tomorrow Never Knows. Okay, really quick. First of all, I love the name of the song, Tomorrow Never Knows, as the last track on the album. Almost like the future of the Beatles is undecided at this point. I don't know if that's what it means, but as a last track off of an album, this is a new album at the time when it was released, and you're thinking about the future of the Beatles. You're wondering, Tomorrow Never Knows, is this the last album? I don't know. I'd have to read a little more of the history, but I would imagine people speculating at the time. Are the Beatles? Is there something behind that in the last song? Okay, so first off, well, I guess second off, I've heard this song before, and I have no idea where. But I definitely have heard this song before. It is such a heavy and dense track, like extremely dense. And of course, you have the swirls and whirlwind of effects or whatever's going on in the back. You get that squealing, whistly sound that at some points kind of sounds. Actually, I don't even know what it sounds like. But at certain points, it sounds like seagulls flying through the air, and then other times it's kind of brought back down, and I don't know, maybe it's keys or something. I don't have to read into that. And then I love how Ringo is just keeping this heavy beat the whole time. Boom, 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 boom. And then McCartney on the bass. He's what's really amplifying this dense atmosphere. It is incredibly thick. And then everything else is layered on top and around it. And what I think is so cool is that the drums and the bass are especially heavy, but then the singing is incredibly light around it. So already just between those three things, you already have a lot of nuance in just the sound and the way it's all being developed, which I think is really cool. And I'm looking here at just the personnel and the instrument list. I mean, there's a lot going on in here. You got Hammond organ mellotron. I have to listen to it again because I didn't really recognize it. But then you have tape loops. Tack piano, sitar, tambura. What's tambura? I know tempura. The tanpura is a long-necked, plucked string instrument from India. Okay, so maybe somewhat relating to a sitar or something in that realm. But, I mean, all of that contributes to the density of the track. But even if you come back to it a little bit, you hear that there's a shift at some point. Because it starts off heavy, but then there's like a little change. And then the tape loops, perhaps, start to come in. The question is, what is on those tape loops? And I'm imagining that's what's creating that very weird, wiry kind of sound that kind of weaves in and out throughout the rest of this track. Sorry, that's loud. Yeah, you heard a little bit in the beginning there. I can't play a lot because, I get blocked. And then the vocals become distorted as well. Almost as if you started at the top of the rabbit hole, and then slowly you've kind of taken a trip through Wonderland, and you're getting deeper and deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole, and it's becoming more abstract, more turbulent as you go. You know what this is? I got it, guys. This is Willy Wonka's Boat Ride. Right? Starting off seemingly innocent, and then things kind of start taking a really weird turn. Oh man, Gene Wilder. Man, he deserves so much credit. I mean, he got a lot of credit for that role, but he deserves more credit for that role. But that's, once again, a whole other topic. But that's what this is. Tomorrow Never Knows is Willy Wonka's Boat Ride. That is so cool. It's very hallucinogenic, even in an audio sense. That squeaky... I wonder if that may be either the tape loops or maybe it is the tambura. I don't know. I've never, as far as I know, heard a tambura on its own. So I can't quite say, but I am really curious just to know what that specific sound is. Maybe it's a recorded stringed instrument that's just being manipulated in some way over the track or through it, perhaps. Let's take a look and read a little bit of the information here about this one. Okay, all of this is extremely interesting. There's a lot of interesting, actually, stuff about this. But I want to read this. Geoff Emerick, who was promoted to the role of the Beatles' recording engineer for Revolver, recalled that the band encouraged us to break the rules and ensure that each instrument should sound unlike itself. Isn't that, just that sentence alone, isn't that an incredible thought process? And really shows how much the Beatles were pioneers in music. Each instrument should sound unlike itself. That is absolutely amazing. Lennon sought to capture the atmosphere of a Tibetan Buddhist ceremony. He told Martin that the song should sound like it was being chanted by 1,000 Tibetan monks. So maybe that's also that very dense atmosphere, because it does almost sound a little vocally. And even when I was listening to it now, like you probably saw, I was concentrating on certain parts, but I was listening and I was like, what is it exactly besides the drums and the bass that's creating that heaviness, that density? And maybe that's what it is. Here. When the concept was explained to Lennon, he inquired if the same effect could be achieved by hanging him upside down and spinning him around a microphone while he sang into it. This is so innovative. This is like me just reading this paragraph. Just for myself, like, I gained a lot of respect for what the Beatles were doing. You know, that is. Hold on. I got another sentence for you. Further to their approach when recording Rubber Soul, late the previous year, the Beatles and Martin embraced the idea of the recording studio as an instrument on Revolver. How awesome is that? Thinking of the actual room, the recording studio itself, as an instrument towards the music and the song. Actually thinking about what they've written here and listening to the song a little bit again, you can hear a sort of mantric ceremony in it. You can hear a little bit of kind of what they're going for in this monastery kind of idea, this Tibetan monk thing that they're going for. I can kind of understand where they're coming from and how they're reaching that. This is like reaching, or at least heading towards, some sort of nirvana musically. Okay, 5 tape loops are prominent in the finished version of the song. They contain the following: a recording of McCartney's laughter sped up to resemble the sound of a seagull. Ah, so that's what it is. It's actually a recording of McCartney's laughter. I would have never in my life guessed that. Boy! An orchestral chord of B major, or B flat major. I think it's B flat. A mellotron on its flute setting, a mellotron string sound alternating blah blah blah, and a sitar rising scalic phrase with heavy saturation and sped up. There is so much going on in this track. Like, even the Wikipedia article for this is quite thorough, to say the least. If you guys, who am I talking to? You guys have probably read this through and you already knew this without Wikipedia. But it's incredibly interesting just to see the process, the things they went through to make this song. There's so much going on. That is incredible. Hold on. Cover versions. 801, an experimental rock group that included Brian Eno and his former Roxy Music bandmate Phil Manzanera, performed the song live at their 3 concerts. I would like to hear that. Phil Collins released a version on his 1981 album Face Value. I'd like to hear that. Then Oasis did it too. Okay, I don't know anything about Oasis, but can we listen to Phil Collins doing this? Can we do that? Let's see. Let's see if I have it here immediately pulled up. Face Value. Tomorrow never knows. Hey, you guys got some time? You guys got some time? Hold on. Before we listen to that, let's go over the lyrics really quick, and then let's talk about that, and then let's listen to that. Okay? Why not? We got time. You got time. I hope you got time. The lyrics: turn off your mind, relax, and float downstream. It is not dying. It is not dying. Okay, well, that immediately makes me think you're dying. Lay down all thoughts, surrender to the void. It is shining. It is shining. So immediately we're getting a contrast. It is not dying. It is not dying. It is shining. It is shining. 2 distinct opposites. That you may see the meaning of within. It is being. It is being. That love is all, and love is everyone. It is knowing. It is knowing. That ignorance and hate may mourn the dead. It is believing. It is believing. But listen to the color of your dreams. It is not living. It is not living. The lyrics are incredibly, like, existential, spiritual, kind of everything. There's a lot of meaning just in these words. Or play the game existence to the end of the beginning. I like that. Play the game existence. Like, just existing is a game. And you got to play it through to the end. Maybe a short game, maybe a long game, but you got to play it through. Of the beginning, which repeats, which repeats. I can tell immediately there's a lot of meaning within these lyrics. I like that though. So what is it? Is it just meditation? Kind of like what they're going for with the recording process and everything? Or is it actually about dying? Or is it about reaching some sort of, like I said, nirvana or truth? Could probably take a lot from the lyrics. Let's go ahead, while I have your attention, and listen to Phil Collins' version off of Face Value. I don't know if this version will be blocked or not. We'll find out, but here we go. Let's do it. Turn that down. Okay, I'm not quite sure why it broke out into Somewhere Over the Rainbow at the end. We'll have to figure that out. Okay, listening to Phil Collins' version, I definitely prefer the Beatles version. No doubt. Unrivaled, okay? But I do like Phil's versions as well. I feel like it captures enough of the abstractness that the Beatles had in their, in their original. But of course, Phil comes across with a lot more cleaner production, cleaner sounding. Now, I feel like the grit and the raw energy that the Beatles have, that's untouchable, and that's what, to me, at least on, not first listen, because I've heard that song already, but, on subsequent listens, I feel like that's what makes that song, But I do feel like this is a great version, especially the bass playing I thought was nice, which I saw on here is played by John Giblin. So that makes sense that the bass is tasty, right? And he captured enough of those effects that are going on around. Not so much, he didn't go like the experimental route. I would actually like to hear the song going a more experimental route. But he went into a more cleaner, polished route, which I feel like probably fit very well in the album. Now, I am curious about the Over the Rainbow thing. Well, okay, so I'm confused. Well, I'm confused actually a little bit. Okay, so on the track listing, Tomorrow Never Knows, for face value, by the way, from Phil Collins, Tomorrow Never Knows is the 12th track, the second to last track. Then the last track on the album is Over the Rainbow, which we got, but it was within Tomorrow Never Knows. So let me see if there's any information on that, why they were together. Okay. The cover of the Beatles' Tomorrow Never Knows includes instruments, blah, 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 playing in reverse, while Colin provided, the multi-layered vocals and the drumming. And it does have that classic Phil Collins drumming as well. As the song ends, Collins can be heard quietly singing Over the Rainbow in reference to the recent murder of John Lennon. This final song is unlisted in most releases on the album, and they would be the only time Collins used a hidden track on one of his own releases. Okay, so that makes a little more sense. This is, a tribute to John Lennon, and him singing Over the Rainbow is in reference to John Lennon's murder. So, okay, it fits in. That fits in a little bit more. Now, I'm curious as to why Over the Rainbow was chosen. Why was that the song that Phil Collins chose in reference to John Lennon? Let's see if we can find out. You guys are here. I'm just going to type in John Lennon somewhere over the rainbow. Maybe we'll find out me just clicking this. Okay, I see that John Lennon sang this song Over the Rainbow at one point. So maybe that's why. I'm not 100% sure. I feel like there's probably another meaning towards it. Maybe. But can we just say, either way, this was a fantastic album to listen to, and what a banger of a way to end it, right? With an awesome song, Tomorrow Never Knows. Guys, it's been a long video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you're having a wonderful, fantastic day. Thank you so much for, of course, watching the channel. I hope that you enjoy the album listen of Revolver. I hope that you've enjoyed the videos. Of course, I'm sorry that they've been blocked on YouTube, but I hope that everything going over to Patreon and watching it right there, hope that that's worked out as well. Of course, you're more than welcome to comments. Let me know what your thoughts are on the album. You can follow me on Twitter if you'd like. You can support the channel on Patreon if you'd like. That does help a great deal. But before you leave, if you can just like the video, and if you'd like, you can subscribe. Do videos every day. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.